This is General Psych lecture for Chapter 1, Part 3. We're going to finish the chapter on this lecture period. We left with 6 of the 8 isms. The last 2 is cognitive. Cognitive is the study of how people learn, the structure of mental processes, problem solving, how information is stored and retrieved. Cognitive people kind of think that the brain is like a computer and works like a computer. And we know that people learn differently. Some people are good in the morning, some in the afternoon, some at night. Some people are better auditory, some have to be visual, they have to see it to learn it. So cognitive studies how people learn. And we have basically 3 that we talk about. Piaget and Ausubel, which we'll talk about, and Bruner, which we'll talk about in Chapter 7. The last ism is humanism, keyword being human, and whereas Gestalt studies what affects perception, humanism studies why we perceive differently. Why do some people like chocolate ice cream, others like vanilla ice cream? And so it's like art. You know, what you think, if that's art or not art, if you like it, if you don't like it. So that's what makes us human. Humanists think that humans have the ability to perceive. We know animals have language, we know animals have emotion, we know animals problem solve, but we really don't know if they perceive. So that's what makes us human, and humanists study why we perceive things differently. Now, whereas psychoanalytic believes that your behavior is controlled by your unconscious, and behaviorists believe that your behavior is controlled by the environment, humanists believe you control the behavior. You are the master of your destiny. You are the captain of your ship. And so if I say, why did you do that? And you say, I don't know, a humanist will say, yes, you do. And humanists study healthy people, what makes them healthy, whereas Freud studied unhealthy people to find out what made them unhealthy. And the people we talk to that are humanists would be, Maslow or Rogers would be 2 that you would need to remember for test purposes and later on in the chapters. The final thing for Chapter 1 is that we have some names, and you're going to get a quiz on names coming up soon. There's 3 women that we want to talk about. The first is Christine Land Franklin, who did work in color vision. Her theories are no longer viable, but she was denied PhD in psychology, even though she did all the work because she was a woman. The other one, probably more famous for that, is Mary Whitton Calkins, who went to Harvard, and she was denied a PhD from Harvard. Harvard said, well, we'll give you one from, I forget the sister school at Harvard. It leaves me, but she didn't want it from that. She said, I want it from Harvard. William James, who was the head of the psych department, fought for her, said that she should deserve it. And she did her dissertation on primacy and recency effect, which we today in 2020 believe. So that, with the test of time. Matter of fact, the first class that she attended, all the male students got up and walked off. And William James said, I don't care, I'm going to teach. If you don't want to be here, fine. So later on, she became one of the presidents of the APA, and later on became well known in psychology. Now, over 50% of all the psych students are female, so things have changed over the last 70 years. So that's the end of the Chapter 1, and we will pick this up and talk to you later.